Hi, beautiful people. You're welcome back to Prudy's Kitchen. So today we're making cream-filled butter layered bread. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming, and please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And to my old subscribers, I love you all. So today we're going to see how to make this buttered bread. It's good for snacks or for breakfast, whatever you want it for. It's so fluffy and it's so good. So let's do this. So for today's recipe, we're going to be needing 900 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 eggs that we're going to separate. First, we're using the white and then we're using the yolk, 125 grams of room temperature butter, 23 grams of fresh yeast. If you still have dry yeast, that's okay. 1 teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 200 ml of water, and 200 ml of milk. Some oil, 125 ml of oil. Okay, first we're going to start with separating the eggs. I'm going to use the egg whites to make the bread and then use the egg yolks to make the pastry cream for the filling of the bread later. I've separated my eggs, so in a bowl, I added the water, milk, egg whites, oil, vegetable oil, salt, sugar, the yeast. Please, if you have dry yeast, I'm using fresh yeast here, but if you have the dry one, please use it. It goes as well. Then I mixed it a bit and started adding my flour to it. Okay, I added it in batches slowly so that I kept mixing it to see how it goes. I didn't want it too strong, I mean my dough too strong or too wet. So I added it and saw, and I added, at the end of the day, I added a total of 900 grams of flour. If you're mixing this dough by hand, it's even better because you can feel it. So you keep adding, mixing with one hand and adding your flour with the other hand. So it makes you feel it, because what we are looking for here is a sticky dough, okay? That's dough that sticks to your hand when you put your hand in it, but not really soft or watery and not thick at all. That's what we're going for. And by the way, the exact measurements of the ingredients is in the description box below. So if you just click on it, you have the exact measurements in case you didn't get what I said. So here's the dough. I'm done mixing it. In a bowl, I put in some vegetable oil to it, rubbed it around the bowl so that it doesn't stick to it, because this is, and then on my hands too, because this is a very sticky dough. That's what you're looking for. Don't make your dough strong because it wouldn't give you that fluffiness you need in your bread, okay? And then I transferred my dough to the bowl and oiled on top of it too, okay? Look at it. It's sticking to my hand, but it's not wet. It's just sticky. Once you get that sticky dough, then you are at the right place. So I put it in the bowl and then put some more oil on my hands and rubbed it on top of the dough, okay? Then covered it up with a cling film and set it in a warm place to rise for an hour, okay? It has to be in a warm place so that it rises very well. It has to double or even triple in size. So next, let's get over to our pastry cream. So for the pastry cream, we need 150 grams of sugar, 25 grams of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence, 290 grams of milk, 2 egg yolks, and 1 whole egg. So right now, I'm breaking the whole egg and adding it to the egg yolks that we separated before, remember? So now I'm going to mix everything in a pot except the milk, okay? The egg yolk, the sugar, Mix it well, the egg yolk and the sugar, mix it well, let it combine very well. I mixed it so well. And then I added the cornstarch, okay? I added with the spoon, slowly add a few tablespoons and then add more until it was okay, okay? And it was a total of 25 grams. And then the tablespoon of the teaspoon of vanilla essence. Then I mixed it very well and added my milk to it. All this, I did it without the heat on the countertop, okay, on the tabletop. I mixed it up and then I put it on the heat and started mixing it. Please, when you're mixing your pastry cream, don't take your hands off it because it's gonna crumble up, okay? So I mixed it very well. Once it thickens and boils for a minute, the cream is ready. Then I put it in a plate and put a cling film over it. So this is 1 hour later. My dough has doubled in size. So I deflated it and covered it up again with the cling film and put it back in one place to rise again. Okay, so 30 minutes later, my dough has doubled in size again. I oiled my hands, put some oil on my work surface, and then put the dough on it. Okay, so I went ahead to divide my dough into two because I'm going to be working with one first because my bread I made two different shapes. So I divided into two, put one aside, and started working with one. So next, I spread out my dough very thinly on my work surface. You know, this is a very soft dough, so it's elastic. It can stretch out very thinly. Then I put some butter all over it, okay? I buttered it very well all over it and then folded it in half, let's say in 3/4. Then put some butter on the folded part and then folded the other part over the folded part. Okay, if that makes sense, you can see it. Okay, so right here I'm folding. This is the second time I'm folding it, and then I put the butter on it again. Anytime I fold, I put butter on where there is no butter, and then I fold again. Okay, yeah, so this way I folded it one more time, and then while I'm folding it, of course, it's elastic, it's trying to come together, and I use my hands to spread it out. Then I put more butter on it and then fold again one last time. Okay, turn it around, then try to open it up so we have a perfect square right now. Yeah, it's not gonna be too perfect, but it's okay. Then I cut it into 8 equal parts, yeah, equal parts just as I can, but try as much as possible to make it equal so they cook evenly. So then I lifted them carefully and put them in a baking tray. Okay, so then this is the other half of it. I'm trying to make a circle here. So first of all, I divided my dough into 8. Okay, yeah, into 8, and then each one I spread it out into a circle and then put butter on it and keep it aside, and then I open up the other one again into a circle just with my hands. It's not going to be a perfect circle, okay? Just spread it out as much as you can into a circle, then put some butter and put it on the one that is open already, okay? Like that. So I kept doing it until I did all the 7 of them, and is remaining the last one. Then the last one, I put the 2 sides of the butter together, okay, so I could be able to handle it because I wouldn't have the butter sticking to my hands. Then I tried to make a good circle out of it, make it smooth, press it a bit, and then cut it into 8 equal parts, and that's it. Then next I lifted them up gently and put them into my baking tray. If you're making this, you're going to have to handle it with care. As you can see, it's like it's falling apart because it's like they are like pieces of dough put together, okay? So you have to handle it with care. Lift it up gently with care and put it, and then try to press it together. So right here, I'm done. I've put it all in a baking tray, so I'm going to leave it to rise again for 20 minutes. And then I break 1 egg and mix it all up with a brush and brush it over it like an egg wash, of course. Okay, egg wash it, and then I'm preheating my oven right now at 180 degrees. So I'll bake it until it's golden brown, which will take about 20 to 25 minutes. And that's it. And when it's done, I use with a small knife, I opened it up and, just put a small hole because inside it has hole already. Then I put my cream inside a piping bag with a nozzle already attached to it, and then pipe the cream into the bread. Okay, so I repeated it for as much as we want because we're not going to finish it. So if you're not going to finish it, put the rest in the fridge. When you want to eat it, you can pipe in the cream. So that's what I did. I piped as much as we needed, and the rest of the bread I'm going to leave in the fridge. And see how when you cut it open, you could see the cream oozing out of it. It's just so good. Okay, so you guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? And click that notification button if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.